have a tool that could help you gauge how much trust in your product or service has been generated by the customer. Well, the Customer Trust Generator, copyright Adam Caplan, is such a tool. Here's how it works. Broadly speaking, using this will help you plot how much trust you've created with the client. If you look at the image now on the screen, you'll see it's broken up into 4 parts: actual elements, perceived elements, and then a scale from the center out to the end from 0 to 100%. Any buying decision is comprised of 2 distinct elements. We buy because of what the product or service actually does for us, and we also buy for how we perceive that the product or service will benefit us. In addition, any product or service can give us physical benefits and or psychological benefits. You could replace psychological with the phrase emotional if you prefer. Therefore, any buying decision that concerns all products, services, ideas or concepts will have 4 aspects to it. There will be an actual physical benefit, there will be an actual psychological benefit, there will be a perceived physical benefit and a perceived psychological benefit or perceived emotional benefit. Now, what elements do you think that customers are most interested in and why? We can look at 2 different items to use as examples. We can take filling the car with petrol and maybe buying a new pair of shoes. The reason I've chosen those 2 is that one, the petrol could be considered a traditional need, whereas maybe a new pair of shoes is a traditional want. Let's look at actual elements first. So, actual physical benefit. The actual physical benefit will be how the product, service, idea or concept will provide a real physical benefit to the customer. So if it was filling the car with petrol, you might say that the benefits are A, it provides a defined amount of motoring mileage, and B, it provides a defined amount of paid for travelling time, if you can claim it back, for example. However, if it was buying a new pair of shoes, you might say A, it provides protection for the feet when walking, or B, leather shoes with delicate filigree trim matches an outfit planned to be worn at a function, which makes you feel happier. These are surface, physical, real benefits for owning these products. Let's look at the perceived physical benefit. So the perceived physical benefit is how the customer thinks that the product will really benefit them. For example, in the petrol equation, this could be reasoned thus. A, the petrol allows me to get to work and to get around easily. And B, it means that I don't have to fill up later in the day or later in the week, giving me more free time. These are still physical elements. However, the actual effect is providing a defined amount of motoring mileage. The perception is that it allows travel to and from work. In the example of the shoes, you could say A, these shoes mean that the outfit is complete, or B, I have more footwear options so I can go out more often. These are more perceptions as opposed to actual reality. In the physical reality, the petrol just provides the vehicle with fuel to burn in its combustion engine. In the customer's perceptive reality, it provides the means to get to work and back. In physical reality, the shoes provide protection for the feet and match an outfit. In perceptive reality, they complete an outfit and allow more socialising options for the customer. The customer actually physically receives the physical reality only. The perceptive reality is in their mind. And it's the perceptive reality that the customers buy, not the actual reality. Although if the customer does not understand how and why the actual reality benefits them, it's much harder for them to grasp the perceptive reality. This leads us on to the psychological or emotional parts of the quadrant. Let's look at the psychological or emotional elements. Psychological elements are how the customer is affected by the purchase mentally and emotionally. Here the purchase affects the customer in a number of ways, usually positive. For example, Having the car filled with petrol gives the customer peace of mind, as they know they do not have to be concerned or worried about running out of petrol. In the case of the shoes, it will be the actual pleasure of wearing them at the appropriate time and place that will be psychologically and emotionally pleasing. Now let's look at the perceived psychological benefit. Often the perception is different to reality, although any professional salesperson would want the perception and the actuality to be the same. It is the perceived psychological benefit where most selling actually happens. In fact, it's pretty much where all the buying happens. So bear that in mind when you're selling. The perceived psychological benefits are usually catered for by the following statements. A. This, what is being bought, will bring me happiness. Or B. This will bring me peace of mind. Or C. This will protect me from harm. Or D. This will make my life easier. Or E. This will save me time and or money, or make me money. That's all we really buy, irrespective of what we physically purchase. So we have to help the customer to make the right purchasing decision for them based on these concepts. And the Customer Trust Generator is a useful tool to help make this happen.